Good morning. Well, good afternoon. Sorry. It's me, Carrie. I am trying to get my tablet to do its thing. You know how it behaves sometimes. So, oh yay, look, it's there. Life is good. Okay, so hopefully I will see you as you pop on. I'm a little early this week, and I'm live for a Saturday, live on my Facebook page. So if you're seeing this on YouTube or one of the other shares, you'll know that you're watching a recording. But if you're live on my Facebook page, Saturday, November 2nd, then you know you're watching me live. Okay, so today I'm going to show you a couple of cards, and they're kind of like my just in case, because they are ideas that I saw that I decided to switch up a little bit. So I just saw this flash. I keep getting these weird invitations for teacup Yorkies to follow their page. They're adorable, but I have no desire to. Has anybody else noticed that? You get like weird little invitations? I don't know. Strange. Anyway, so I will be using the Golden Greenery stamp set, the Golden Greenery dies, which I have them on magnet sheets so you can see how they are. And the sentiments are coming from the greetings of the season. And this is for both of the cards that I'm doing for you today. So, all right, so I have everything set up. Fingers crossed. I'm going to start by showing you, I saw this card by another demonstrator. Oh, shoot. I want to say her name was Selena, but that could be so wrong. But look at this card, you guys. This is just, look at how pretty. And I don't know if you can see, but all of this in the background here, that is individual pieces like this in white adhered on there. So there was a lot of cranking of my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to make this card. So I thought, this is beautiful, and I would love to send this to everyone for Christmas. But it's highly unlikely that I would do all this work, you know, to get it done. Why? Because I send out a lot of Christmas cards. All my customers usually get them, all my family, and I'm from a Polish Catholic family, so there's a lot of us. So although y'all know I'm not Catholic, but I am a Christian, so life is good. I don't like to confuse people. So anyway, so I thought, how can I simplify this card? So I went through my designer series paper. Now I do have the Merry Christmas, and I did cut a piece of basic white with some garden green, I think. I could be wrong about that color. I think it might be, hold on. Nope, I'm not. It's garden green. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this real quick so I have that ready. And then I can start showing you all the other pieces that I grabbed to make this easier version of that beautiful card. So I'm going to stamp the Merry Christmas in the center. There we go. Ooh, that was really good. Yay me. Very impressed. So I'm going to be using this cherry cobbler later for my other card. And I'm going to be trimming these down. So it was this background that I loved. But it's so much work. So look at this. This is beautiful foil paper. It is from, let me pull it out. This wonderful set, which, you know, I've been using it a lot. It's Seasons of Golden Green. So it's so stinking pretty. And I thought it kind of gives the same idea, right? With a whole lot. I mean, this is just cut it up. Okay. And since it is gold, I trimmed it down to 5 by 3 3/4, just like the basic white. Excuse me. And then my mat, instead of being gold, wow, I don't know where that cough's coming from. Instead of being gold, I decided to use the garden green, because if I'd have matted it in gold, it sort of would have, oh no, look what I'm doing. Got that all over me. Hold on, hold on. It can be fixed. I don't know if the DSP can be fixed. I may have to cut another piece. Let me see what I can do here. I think it's coming off of the green, but it doesn't want to come off the white. Let me try my awesome eraser. Do you guys ever have issues like this where things just get on your fingers? If you're a stamper, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, that it does. Okay, it is taking it off quite a bit. So, is it perfect? No. But you know how I feel about perfection. So, oh, it's really bugging me. So, let me see. Maybe I have to cut another piece. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. All right. Patience, you guys, while I trim another piece. I will still use this. I'll just cut off the parts that got red all over it. Make sure, kind of cleaned up my thumb a little better, so I don't just keep repeating the process. All right. So, like I said, I want to cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5. I think this is, so I'm going to go 3 3/4. And here's a way to save some of it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it to the 5. Okay, the 5-inch. And not score it, but actually cut it. Sorry, I grabbed my wrong blade. Okay. And then I can cut this, just line it up on the line and bring it down. I better make sure that that's right. I'm going to flip it over and go to 5. There we go. So see, now I have more of my paper left in case I want to do something different there with it, rather than cut the whole thing at 3 3/4. I'm sure that's not anything you guys don't know, but it's always good to throw out little tips, right? All right. So now I am going to go ahead and adhere this piece to my garden green. So, happy fall, everybody. I don't know if you've noticed on my Facebook page, but I am going to try to consistently do a thankful month. One of my friends does it on her personal page, and she's so eloquent. I mean, just, hers are gorgeous. I'm just going to try and do my best to put what I'm thankful for every day of November, because I have so much to be grateful for, and I think it's really good to practice an attitude of gratitude. I don't know how many of you guys have done that before. Let me know. Let me know if you guys have done that November gratitude month thing, because I just think it's just very cool, and the Lord has blessed us all so much that we should think about doing that. Good morning, Barbara Quokka. For you, it is morning. Anyway, this is basic. This is thick basic white that I've used for the card base. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down to the card base. Again, this garden green piece is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, a typical size for the card front. Something we almost always use. Okay. Now I am going to do this. This is my trick, you guys. I want to mat this, but I also want to have the angle, because I'm kind of sort of matching this card, right? So I'm tapping it down so that it's even Steven, and I have a lot left over here. So I am going to, I think I did it that way. So now I can move it over and get it to fit the way I want it to, right? So I am going to eyeball this straight. We'll see how that works. Oh, I forgot to do my advertising. Remember, if you want to go shopping on my Stampin' Up! Website, go to MemoryINKers.com. That will take you right to my Stampin' Up! Website. There's a new hostess code for November. It's M as in Mary, Q as in quiet, D as in day, 9622, V as in Victor. So, now I did that. I almost forgot. And I probably shouldn't forget because there's going to be some changes. You guys are going to see some changes here. Now, I haven't done my official announcement yet, but those of you who follow me know that I have done the Great Lakes Scrapbook Mega Meet for many years. And a great many of you guys run to my booth because you know I sell my retired product and I sell it really cheap. Well, because of some things that are going on, you know, my daughter, my health, my husband's health, things are changing, and I have decided to not do the Mega Meet anymore. And it's heartbreaking for me, heartbreaking, because it's just, I miss seeing you guys. But the reality is, it's a lot of work, and it is very, very expensive. And, what I make, my actual profit, I hate to say this, but it is not worth the time and energy for me and my husband. So I'm being a little more frank with you guys than Kate is letting me do a goodbye video for Mega Meet, but I'm being a little bit more honest with you guys because you're used to following me. Not that I'm going to be dishonest on the other one, but I'm probably not going to say anything about the fact that it's just too much freaking money. So anyway, but I wanted you guys to know, those of you who have come to my booth for many years, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Yes, I know you're asking, what am I going to do with all my retired stuff? I am going to sell it. I'm going to be going to a lot of, here in Michigan, there's a lot of local groups that get together and do scrapbook garage sales. So I'm going to be doing those. I'm also going to try putting them out here on my Facebook page saying, you know, to sell them. Although, to be honest with you, then you're paying postage. So I have to figure out how I'm doing that. Like how many stamp sets will fit in this, you know, particular container, and what will it cost to ship it to you, and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of work. So that's where I'm at, but I wanted you guys to know. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead. Let's get back to crafting now. I'm going to adhere this. Hey, look at these leftovers, so I'm going to use them up. I'm going to adhere this Merry Christmas sentiment on to my card front. And I'm using all of these extra pieces. I think this was from Mini, a set of Mini dimensionals. They seem to have a really wide edge on them. So I'm using them up. I see I got some cherry cobbler ink on this too. I can see it. All right. So now I'm going to set this about where I want it. There we go. On my card. And the reason I'm doing that first is it'll help me place where these go. Now on this one, I did raise it up a little bit more because I worked so hard on this background. I wanted more of it to show. I know, crazy, right? But that's what I did. Okay, so I have pre-cut some pieces. These are from the Designer Series paper. They can be cut out with the dies that come with that stamp set. And then, of course, these were cut from cardstock. And so they're replicating what's in the back, and these are replicating this, and this is replicating that. And then, of course, yes, I have a bow ready to go. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to start with this guy right in the center. He is, he, she, whatever. It's a leaf. There's probably no sexual orientation there. And I'm letting it stick up a little bit here on the sentiment. It's going to give it some dimension. But you're going to want to hold it for a bit because this is shiny. And shiny wants to let stuff go. So I'm going to do the same thing with the green ones. These are also garden green. I think I'm running out of adhesive. Doing the same thing, kind of letting it stick up a little bit. There we go. Now I want to put these on. These, I am going to put a dimensional on the tips of them because I kind of want it to have a curve to it. Okay, like you've seen, oh, hi, thanks, Jan. When you see a swag, like if you were to like go somewhere and buy a holiday swag, they tend to, if this is the back of it here, they tend to pop up, right? They kind of swag out. So I kind of want that same idea here. What did I just do with those dimensionals? Oh, here they are. Okay. So I am going to just stick them on the ends of this. There we go. Pull those off. And I'm keeping, I forgot, I want to adhere this down. Come on, adhesive. I love green glue, but when it sits open, it doesn't like me anymore. So there we go. And the same with this one. I just realized I forgot to grab something, so just be patient for a little bit. Because these have, I stamped these. These are part of the stamp set. So you can make all of this with the stamp set. You don't have to have the designer series paper, in case that's something you're wondering. I probably need to fold those in a little bit, like so. Probably should have tilted them a little bit more. Now this one, I really want it to have some dimensions, so I'm just rolling it in my fingers a little bit, just a little bit, not a lot. And I am going to really pop this one up a little bit higher. So I have this really fat one right here. Let's see if I can get it to come off. There we go. And then I'm going to pop that off and put another one on top of it like that. And then I'm going to adhere this sticky part down. Sticky part, you know what I mean, stem. Okay, there we go. There's some adhesive. That might be a little too much, but so I'm going to put that one up a little bit higher and let the stem go. But see, now it's very poppy-uppy. Yep, that's a word. I may have just made it up, but we're going to go with poppy-uppy. And then you guys know my trick. I've showed it. If you have not seen that, you have not been watching me very much. My little trick about folding the tear-in tape back. And then poof. Poof, it's not perfectly centered, but you know, you get the idea. So there you go. There are the two cards. This one is beautiful. Maybe that one's for your mom and your mother-in-law. And then this one you can do a lot faster, which I think is just as beautiful. Do you have a preference? Do you like the white or the gold? I would love to know. Please let me know. Make some comments. Okay, so that is our first card. And then my second card, I saw my friend Travis make this card. And I thought, that is so pretty. Hers, I'm going to tell you, honestly, hers was prettier than mine, the way mine turned out. But this is Travis's card. I'm pretty sure it was Travis. Yes. And it uses a couple of different ink pads. Let me pull this off so that I remember. All right, so it is using Old Olive, Granny Apple Green, and Cherry Cobbler. And it's using all the same stamps and stuff that I showed you before, okay? So, let's get started here. My base, of course, is another basic white, thick basic white. I love thick basic white. I used to really love thick, very vanilla, which I still have some of. White for you? Yeah, that white one is pretty gorgeous, Barbara. It is. It is pretty gorgeous. But here's my thing with that one, honestly. It is beautiful, but people are going to not know how hard you worked on that card. So I would almost want to put directions in it. This is what I did to make you this stinking amazing card. So that's just, I like credit. She said not so humbly. Okay. Then I have Cherry Cobbler, which is going to be in the background, 4 by 5 1/4, and then a piece of basic white, 3 3/4 by 5. So the dimensions on almost everything are very similar to the swag card. But then this piece for the Merry Christmas, this one is 1 1/4 by 4. And this should be 1 inch by 4. Okay, so that's where we are with that. So for this one, we're going to do the Cherry Cobbler last, I think, because of what it did to my fingers. But I do have my, somewhere, I probably dropped it. Oh, there it is. I have my napkin ready for when it goes crazy on my fingers. All right, so I have pre-put everything down onto blocks, and I am going to go here. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this piece. I don't know why I just put those all in my way. I don't know. And I'm going to grab a scrap of craft grid paper. Not that you need it to be grid paper. Whatever you use for scrap is totally fine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Granny Apple Green. Okay. Nope, that's not right. I am going to start with, I think I want Garden Green in here. I do. Where's my Garden Green? Hold on, hold on. I probably put it away. I did. There we go. I think that's the right color. Nope, shaded spruce. Never mind. Let me grab the right one. Shaded spruce. Yep. You know you're watching Carrie Beglow when you see mistakes on camera. All right, so I'm going to start with these backgrounds. See these flowers? I'm going to start with the darker first. And the reason I'm starting with these darker ones first is because it makes it easier to stamp the lighter color, because you can see where you're going. It's so much easier. Just trust me when you do that. So I'm going to grab those, which I have one on this block. I must have not cleaned my blocks or something when I set these up, because I have them in weird configurations. But all right, we're going to start. And I'm going to stamp this one off in that corner. This does lighten up. I know you're looking at that going, "Cow Carrie, that's really dark." But it does, it appears to lighten up. All right. I think I actually did these so they're backwards than what they were, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. That one like that. And then you do the same thing. You flip your cardstock over and you go the same way. You want to have enough room so that when you put your color down, I almost feel like I did those too close, but it's okay. I will figure it out. Okay, and then we're going to go back to this one, stamp it right there. All right, so now I have the dark stems, and I don't know if you call them leaves. Does anybody know? What is it called when a flower, Jan, you're a gardener, you might know this. A flower bud is wrapped by the little leaves. Are they just called leaves, or are they called something else? I don't know, probably just leaves. So anyway, I'm done with my shaded spruce. Now I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to do the flowers for these. So now you've got to watch. This style is for the one that looks like hearts. This style is for the one that looks like leaves. It'll be pretty easy for you to tell when you first start stamping these, okay? So now I'm going to line them up as best I can while making a video. Not bad, not bad. It's always a guessing game with me, you guys. There we go. Not bad. Yay. Then I'm going to use the ones that are leafy. And do the same thing. This is just such a fun card, and I can't tell you if Travis made it up all by herself. Probably, she's a very talented woman, or if she saw someone else do it. But I want to give her credit because I definitely copied from her. So there we go. We have that. Now we're going to take our old olive and grab this back, and I'm going to use this like, it's like a, I don't know, I like it, to me it looks like sticks. It looks like, I don't know how else to explain it. It looks like sticks to me. And I'm going to put those over there. One there. Maybe one over here. Let's see. I think I might want another one here on the top. So that looks like a nasty mess, doesn't it? It looks horrible. And it does look worse than this one, but it should lighten up. So you're just going to have to kind of trust me on that. If you're worried about that, use different colors than I did. But I'm telling you, these are the colors that I used because I didn't put them away except for apparently the shaded spruce. All right, so now I want to stamp the Merry Christmas. So I am going to grab that, and I'm going to grab my super juicy cherry cobbler. You know why this is juicy? Did you guys see the video where I taught how to re-ink just the other week? It's a new pad. It is juicy. Juicy, juicy. And I'm going to take the Merry Christmas. Make sure I got it all. And stamp that right in the center. Love when I get it that close to perfect. Yes. All right. So I've got that. Now I forgot that I want to stamp some of the little cherries on it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, there are two of them, and it's hard to see on this. Let me see if I can grab the stamp set again. Okay. Gonna have to get real close. See these? Inside cherry, outside cherry, or berries, or holly berries, or whatever they are. So that's what I'm using. I'm going to stamp this one first, full strength. Okay. just so you guys are aware of what I'm doing, because I've used these a few times now and they are discolored. So it might be harder for you to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to get these so that they are wherever it is I want them to be. And stamp one more right there. All right, so I've got 5 of them. Now, I've got look at that. This is why you have to be so careful. I'm going to have to clean that. Hold on. So that I can see what I'm doing. All right. So now I want the inside, but it would be foolish of me to stamp that straight, right? Because it'd be too dark. So I stamp it off, and then I line it up, stamp it again, and this is how you end up with 2 tones on your little holly berries. You could probably get away with stamping them just as they are, because they do have some shading and shadowing to them. But that's not what I'm doing today. So there we go. So now I have everything stamped and ready to put together. All right, checking my fingers. I still see some. I'll make sure that's old bread. Cherry cobbler. I stamp, therefore I have inky fingers, right? That's how it works. So I'm going to put some liquid glue on the back of my main piece here. And mat it on a piece of cherry cobbler. Again, the basic white is 3 3/4 by 5. The cherry cobbler is 5 1/4 by 4. Then that is going to go on. Now this is a very flat card, just so you guys know, it's very flat. But if you're mailing a lot of Christmas cards, you may not want to go bulky, because you know you pay for that when you add. Somebody's sending messages. So there we go. Then I'm going to take the Merry Christmas and I'm going to mat it onto that piece of cherry cobbler. Now don't go away, because I want to show you something else. The last time I looked, and you know I've said it before, we just don't really always know exactly what's in stock at Stampin' Up! Right now. It's just a little chaotic in my opinion. So I'm gluing this on, and I can see that it isn't perfect. But you know what? It is so close. I'm not even going to try to trim that. And then this is going over the big mess. Now you could put this on dimensionals if you wanted to, but you know how I did those. Oh shoot. I was going to add some cute little cherries, but I must have moved them, so I'm not going to. But hang on. Maybe I do know where they are. I do. These are an online item, and they are called Cherry Cobbler and Pearl adhesive backed berries. Where's the opening? There it is. So you can see I've been using the cherry ones like crazy, and I only have a few left. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab these clear ones, and I am going to see about putting them over the top. Let's see how that works. So it gives them it kind of takes the color away, but really you could take your blends markers and color them so you have more of the cherry if you don't want these whitish ones, although there are white holly berries. Let's be honest. We know this, right? So they're almost like a mistletoe berry when they're white, I think. That's what I think of. I think of this thing my mom used to hang up every year, this plastic, like mistletoe thing she would hang like right at the entrance of where you come in from our front door and then walk into the living room. It was always hanging right there. So, okay. So those are the two. This one has a little bit of bling on it. If you have these, certainly the red would look, the cherry cobbler would look beautiful on there. So either one, or just keep them stamped. So here are these two cards. Okay, with or without the berries. Let me know what you think of that. Clear berries, no extra berries on there. So let me know what you think. So those are my 4 cards for today. I hope you liked them. I hope that you will follow me here on facebook.com/MemoryInkers. Remember, please, if you're planning to buy Stampin' Up! Products, I would really appreciate your business. And you can shop at MemoryInkers.com. Thank you, Barbara. I like both as well. And if you do shop at my website, MemoryInkers.com, please use this hostess code when you order under $150. If you're doing $150, you're going to get hostess benefits, so don't use it. But any other orders, M as in Mary, Q as in Queen, D as in David, 9622, V as in Victor. I know I used different words last time. So, all right, you guys, have a blessed and wonderful weekend. Don't forget to set your clocks back unless you're in one of the states that does not have daylight savings time. Lucky you. And don't forget to go out and vote. It's very, very important. Okay. Bye, everybody.